Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Check, 380. Check, 45. Big stop, D. Big stop. 89.
The drive starts with a run by Blue. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, first and 10. First down, and they go right back to Blue. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh. Play it. Oh.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second and very short, Watson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, motion backfield, motion backfield. 29, let's go.
Faking the give, now Watson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
29 is Mike. Mike 29.
On first down, it's Watson. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Banjo.
In. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Deshaun Watson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On first down, it's Blue. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Rivers. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Hey, whoa. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Rivers. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Go white 90. Black 11.
Rivers now from the 50. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Play fake. Rivers trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Motion, I got one. Hey, 31.
After the interception, here's Watson. Howard has the first down and then some. This is caught. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
29 is a mic.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Get off the field.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
50.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Let's get it.
It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, third and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of reaching.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. To throw, Rivers. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On third down, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. An 80-yard touchdown as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And the Vikings first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get that ball. Load it. Load it.
Operating from the gun, Rivers. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Throwing Rivers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Night, sweetheart.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Hey, 24. Crunch.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 46 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
At the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Yeah.
Watson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Here I come.
Now Rivers. Screenplay, McKinnon finding room at the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. To throw again. Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10.
Hey, ready?
They'll throw again. Rivers. And he's got the hook up to Dylan Cantrell. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Cut. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Airing this one out for Evans. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run again with Blue. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
Hey, check green 90. Set 180. I got it. Hey. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. I can't believe they let you play. Wait, 89!
Operating from the gun. Rivers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Oh, he shifts past him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys continue to pull it off.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Step 180, block 11. Watch tight end. Alert, alert. Look.
On 1st down, Blue. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
53, Mike 53.
Right here, right here.
Rivers now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Watson off play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
They'll run on 1st down. Blue. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 36, Rivers looking long for Thomas. That's going to be caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6, and the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Back to throw, Watson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Big hit. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
That one is caught by Hunt. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Here's Bradley Pena now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Rivers now to throw on first down. And this one complete to Smith. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rivers on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
At the 18-yard line.
Set. 19. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Hey, me and you all day. Keep it skinny. I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Q. Check. 53's mine. Check. Hey, Delta. Hey, watch the slam. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Watch the slam. Hey, watch edge. Watch edge.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Set, green 80. Set, white 80. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be... Load it. Load it. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
On play action, Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Check tight. Check. 53's mine. 0. 53's mine.
To throw on 3rd down. Rivers. And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
53, check 53. I'm going to run you.
Out of the gun, they run with blue. And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. 53's the mic. 53.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers. He finds McKinnon. Complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. Open man is Cantrell. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 4.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Shift.
Ben Gideon in on the stop. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Zoom. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, Rivers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is... But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up second and 12 at the 24-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
It's been a long game.
Here's Watson, option left. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Watson now going to run the option right on third down. It's Hunt, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are